In a world full of digital communication and social media, a video clip spread on the internet spread through international news agencies, very quickly indicating that the internet will be cut around the world on October 11th, 2023, and permanently. Were the statements of the American satellite agency NASA made the uproar and great controversy in the world after the statements that were issued about the interruption of the internet in the next decade of time, and that this interruption will be in all countries of the world, and stated that the reason behind this is due to the movement of the solar wind. And the NASA is that the development in which it occurs to protect the Earth from the impact of disasters on the negative nature of it arises the internet interruption from the world, and this prompted the agency to launch a strong spacecraft to avoid this problem, as the internet has become an integral part of our daily life. What will happen if we all wake up in a world where communication technology was interrupted? At the end of the first day of the internet interruption, we'll lose social media, such as Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and others, hundreds of $billions of advertising profits and from browsing these sites, and you will lose billions of customers. The huge companies, such as Google and Amazon, will become as if they were not immediately. Other companies, such as Microsoft, will lose huge sections of them, and after the time of the interruption of the network, the company will completely collapse. More companies will stop working, including banks and fixed and mobile networks, all of which depend on the internet to run their business. Electricity cuts after several days have passed to the corruption of food in the supermarkets, and riots will start in search of food, medicines, and drinking water. It will be difficult to summon the security forces or the army to control the situation, so that matters escape from their minds, and the conflict begins to survive, in which the strongest usually triumphs. After weeks on the interruption of the internet, there are huge numbers of people who will die of cold in areas that depend on electricity or oil and heating, and a number free from the heat and the loss of drinking water will die from desalination of seawater in desert countries that depend on cooling and sweetening by energy. Financial transactions, millions of commercial transactions will be lost around the world, and most people lose their business, of course, as long as businesses are mostly of any kind that have become dependent on the internet to facilitate their transactions. The developed countries will face severe economic crises, as the entire industrial sectors will disappear or struggle to remain in the wake of destructive losses. The countries that are not totally connected to the internet will not suffer like others, but the trade and aid they depend on will stop from other countries. While it will be the greatest steadfast in the light of all this bunning, the countries that were classified as backward and are not dependent mainly on the internet in running the lives of their citizens. Can the internet really collapse? The positive part here is that, according to specialists in the work of the internet, the complete collapse of the internet will be almost impossible. The internet is not a magic box that operates and stops. Rather, it is a set of physical operations and machines, which are working according to self-mechanisms that affect a large group of servers, commercial companies, and network users themselves.